Hello, good morning. Through this video presentation, we will understand today what is selection and selection process. Selection is termed in negation. Suppose we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candidates before us. So the selection means how to reject undesirable rather than taking who is desirable. We have to find out the ways of how 4 undesirable candidates can be eliminated. So we have to go through a process which is known as a selection process. Its first step is preliminary screening. Preliminary screening means, first of all, the candidate is expected to fulfill some basic criteria which organization lays down. If candidates are not fulfilling these criteria, they are not permitted even to fill the form. After that, selection tests are conducted. There are many types of selection tests like intelligence test. In intelligence test, psychology, and emotional intelligence quotient is measured of the employee or of the candidate, we should say. After that, aptitude test come. In aptitude test, potential of individuals for learning new things. How fast new things can be understood by the candidate is tested by aptitude test, right? Next is personality test. In personality test, we find out person's emotions, person's emotions, their reactions, maturity, and value system. Emotions, reactions, maturity, value system. These are tested through personality test. And after that, interest test come. Interest test, every individual has fascination for some job than the other job. Interest test is used to know the pattern of interest or involvement of a person. And there is one more test that is to be conducted, that is trait test. Through this trait test, the existing skills and the knowledge, professional knowledge, professional knowledge of candidate is measured. So after conducting these 4 tests, intelligence test, aptitude test, personality test, interest test, and trait test, the candidate is evaluated whether the candidate is of any use for the organization or not. After that, after that, candidate is called for face-to-face conversation. Face-to-face conversation, which is called as an interview. The interview is done to get more information about the candidate to give him the actual picture of what is required from him, to check the communication skill, etc. In interview, the candidate is told for what is expected exactly, what is expected from him, and how the candidate should expect from the organization. Both the things become clear in interview. This is face-to-face interaction. Number 4, reference and background. Reference. Reference and background checks. The purpose of checking references is to validate information obtained about the candidate's employment history, skills, and experience. After that, we come to selection decision. Selection decision. The final decision has to be made from among the candidates who passed the test, these tests, interviews, and references checked, etc. Generally, the concerned manager's view of the information quoted by the candidate in the form. Generally, the concerned manager's view are taken into consideration for the selection. Next is medical examination. Medical examination tests are conducted to ensure physical fitness, physical fitness of the potential employee. It will decrease chance of employee absenteeism. Sometimes the organization may ask the candidate to get them examined from the medical expert. In few organizations, color blindness becomes a very serious problem. Like in the factories where employee has to work on furnace and the flame is at very high temperature. The flame turns its colors. It becomes sometimes green also. And if the employee is not able to distinguish between yellow, red, and green, then he himself can be put in accident, as well as he can put the factory in problem. So medical examination are required to satisfy basic physical fitness criteria. Next is job offer. Job offer. Job offer is made through a letter of appointment, that confirms candidate's acceptance. Such a letter generally contains a date by which the appointee must report for the duty. After the job offer, contract contract of employment contract of employment is prepared. After the job offer has been made and candidate accept the offer, certain documents need to be executed by the employer and the candidates both. There is also a need for preparing a contract of employment These checklists set out the typical headings in the context of employment. Like number one is job title. Job title. Number two, duties and responsibilities. Next is date of joining. Next is pay details. Next is allowances. Next is hours of work. Next, leave rule. Next, work rule. Next is disciplinary procedure. Disciplinary procedure. And grievances procedure. Grievance procedure. So, like this contract of employment is prepared. It has it is a very detailed contract in which job title, duties and responsibilities, date of joining, pay details, allowances, hours of work, leave rule, work rule, disciplinary procedure, grievance procedure, etc. are given. So, like this, we have completed the selection procedure. In selection procedure, we saw preliminary screening, selection test, employment interview, references, selection decision, medical examination, job offer, and contract of employment. After going through this selection process, the candidate is selected. Hope this will benefit you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.